Yeah. But yeah, guys, you've seen it in the news, man. Everyone's talking about it. Diddy, do it or not? And ultimately, guys, I want to say this: we won't cover if he's innocent or guilty because that's not our place to judge. We're not the ones covering the case. But Myron's gonna do a fair reaction on that, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do a very detailed breakdown on the case, guys, on this Sunday on Fed Reacts. I'm going to go over, like, search warrants, informant, all the, like, legal stuff and, like, how these criminal cases are actually done. I'm going to go through that. Obviously, that's not today's episode because we're on Fresh and Fit, but I will break it down. It's actually the agency I used to work for, HSI, is the one that's doing this case. So it's literally our New York field office is doing it, and I know a couple of guys over there. So,
Sorry, how could you?
So, yeah. I know I've been talking with some of my friends that are still on the job. So, Sunday, Fed Reacts is going to be lit, guys.
Was that excessive force, the amount of people that showed up to those mansions?
Nah, man,
Artillery?
because you have 3 different search warrants in 3 different jurisdictions. So, you know that he has paid security. You know what I mean? And you know that they're armed. Obviously after the situation that happened with Shine and stuff like that back in the 90s, you know that Diddy's, not necessarily. He's going to have private security. So, you're going to go in there with the SRT team. I mean, yeah, I would have done the same thing if I was a case agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have articles to bring up as well.
It's always better to overwhelm with force because you know that you're trained. You know that you can go ahead and handle the situation. But if you come in with less force, that's worse. And what ends up happening a lot of times when you come in with less force is like that's how the shootings happen. You want to come in with overwhelming force so they just give up right away. That's how you always want it because you don't want to get in a shooting. That's the last thing you want to do.
100%.
So, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, we have an article as well to bring up just to highlight this as well. But man, this is crazy because everyone's talking about it. Your mom, your dad, local news station, everybody.
There you go, boom. It's right there. Inside the Sean Diddy Combs raids, emptied safes, dismantled electronics, gun-toting feds. Okay, so it goes here. Can you enlarge it for me, Bills? Because I'm blind, guys. It was a major show of force. Dozens of agents, some heavily armed, descending on Sean Diddy Combs' estates in Los Angeles and Miami. Television news helicopters captured action as Department of Homeland Security agents served a search warrant in what officials described as an investigation into alleged sex trafficking, claims the music legend denies. HSI yelled for those inside the star's Holmby Hills mansion to come out with their hands in the air. Combs' adult sons later told their father they had lasers pointed at them as they emerged from the home. Sources told the Times Combs himself was in Florida at the time. But much remains unknown about the case and how close authorities are to determining whether to file criminal charges. What do we know about the searches? Sources with a knowledge of the operation who requested anonymity because they are not authorized to discuss it publicly said it appears investigators searching Combs' Holby homes?
Yeah, Holby.
Is that the California one?
Yeah.
Emptied safe, dismantled electronics, and left papers strewn in some rooms. Federal agents disabled the security system and seized the hard drive, a source told the Times. That tracks with what some legal experts expected investigators would seek if trying to build a sex trafficking case against the hip-hop mogul. Dimitri Gorin, a former L.A. County sex crimes prosecutor who is now in private law practice, said investigators would likely seek authorization to search for videos or photographs on any devices connected to the target, anywhere where digital images can be found in connection to sexual conduct that would have been recorded. It is unclear what was recovered in the bi-coastal searches. Federal authorities spent several hours at both homes. Sources said Combs was in Miami at the time, but was not in his Florida home when the raid occurred.
He was trying to get up on a plane. Is that correct or no?
I think he was at the airport when stuff was going on. He was up in Opelika.
Right?
And for some of you guys that are wondering, because you guys might not be from Miami, Opelika is our like executive airport.
Yeah.
That's where the private jets come into. So anytime you fly private, you don't necessarily go into Miami or Miami International Airport. You go into Opelika.
And less traffic, no lines. It's pretty smooth.
It's interesting because it's in the fucking hood.
This is the hood.
That's where the private, which is about what, 20 minutes from here?
Yeah.
If you're downtown Brickell,
on a good day.
It's about 15-20 minutes from here, assuming there's no traffic. If there's traffic, it could take you an hour to get up there.
A lot of gunshots, though.
Lots of gunshots. No one has been arrested in connection with the investigation, although 2 of Combs' sons were briefly detained by Holby Hills property, and Brendan Paul, a man described in a recent lawsuit against Combs as a confidant and drug mule, was arrested at Miami Airport at the same time the raids were being conducted. Miami-Dade police took Paul, 25, into custody on suspicion of possession of cocaine and marijuana-laced candy, records show. Where does the case stand? Sources told the Times that Combs is the subject of a sweeping inquiry into sex trafficking allegations and sexual assault. The investigation comes after 4 women filed civil lawsuits accusing Combs of rape, assault, and other abuses dating back 3 decades. Sorry, guys, we're on YouTube. Yeah. One of the allegations involved a minor. A source familiar with Homeland Security's criminal inquiry said investigators have interviewed some of the people tied to sex trafficking allegations and lawsuits against Combs. Yeah, that's a given. They have, in the Combs case, convinced 1 or more federal magistrates they had enough probable cause for one or more search warrants, said Megan Blanco, a defense attorney who has handled sex trafficking cases. Given the scope of the investigation, it seems they are further along than most investigations. Gorin said the allegations involved the minor could be a key focus in the inquiry. If a minor is moved across state lines for the purpose of sex, that is enough for at least an argument of sex trafficking because somebody underage cannot consent, Gorin said. Yes, that is true. So one of the ways and I'm going to talk about this in way more detail on Federal Acts, guys, but one of the ways that the feds can get involved is if you have a minor that's involved in any type of, sexual activity, etc., and they're moved across state lines, boom, automatically you've brought federal potential charges against you because you're affecting interstate commerce. Once you cross state lines, things change. And then the other thing too with the human trafficking is, let's say you bust like a prostitution ring or something like that, right? And one of the prostitutes is underage. That's automatic human trafficking charge now because she can't consent. So and that can easily go federal, especially if there's an interstate nexus. So that could be a very good reason why the case was initiated.
Isn't that how they got R. Kelly too as well?
Yes.
That's
exactly how they got R. Kelly, was because there was interstate activity between New York and Illinois.
Is it because he crossed state? That's why he got jammed up, or is it because there's a minor period?
The minor, and then it's easy. The minor is the main focus thing, and then it's very easy to affect interstate commerce. I mean, dude, use a phone, affecting interstate commerce technically. Sending a wire transfer and affecting interstate commerce technically.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah. So. Sex trafficking for adults usually involves some of sort of coercion or other restraints, he said, and can be tougher to prove. That is very true. Prosecutors would need to show you or encourage somebody to engage in sexual activity for money or some other inducement. Yeah, and you'd also have to prove that they were held against their will or something like that, or threat of violence, something like that.
Yeah.
What is Diddy's camp saying? Aaron Dreyer, one of Combs' lawyers, on Tuesday called the raids a witch hunt and criticized how they were conducted. Quote, yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences, Dreyer said in a statement. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Sources in Combs' camp, who requested anonymity, say the star remains in the U.S. and authorities have not taken his passport. They said Combs has been scheduled to depart by plane Monday for a spring break vacation with his school-aged daughters, but opted to delay the trip after learning of the searches.
Wow. So he wants to stay and fight.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's obviously, it would look bad too, I think, from a media perspective if he left. So, yeah. So, guys, that's a lot there. And also, just so y'all know, we're going to go ahead and open up the phone line so we can interact and talk with you guys. We're going to go ahead and kind of give our pieces on this thing.
Yeah.
More through like a RP lens. And we'll go ahead and open up the phone lines for a little bit for you guys and, interact with y'all. And it's Friday, right? We haven't done a call-in show for a while.
Yeah.
So 505-605-9740 is the number to call into the show, guys. 505-605-9740 is the number to call into the show. You can interact with us and Andrew. But I'll turn it to y'all.
So can we just note that all of these guys who are interconnected are all Democrat operatives giving millions of dollars to Democrats through various campaigns? Just wanted to point that out, that typical progressive scumbags, they were utilized by Democrats to get out the minority vote. Just, not shocked. Not shocked. Weinstein, Democrat operative. All these guys, Democrat operatives, are all connected to, the Hollywood elites, and suddenly, they get arrested. And what do they get arrested for every time? Right?
Something to do with kids.
Something to do. Just saying, Democrats and this type of activity seem to go hand in hand. Just want to point that out.
Tends to go a certain way.
Yeah.
There was a theory that Uncle Luke actually brought up online. He said Diddy was biting the hand that feeds. He got into the liquor game, with his Ciroc bottle, and what happened was apparently he wanted to sue them for certain rights and privileges, and they said, no, we brought you into this game, we can take you out. I don't know the liquor company directly, but one of these people that are higher up, and it kind of like they set him up this way. I don't know if it's true or not, but one of their theories.
Well, there's a great book out there called One Nation Under Blackmail, and you should read it. What's that?
By Whitney Webb, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I read it a while ago, and it was really good. It was really good. But I mean, essentially, you get to a high enough level, and that's how it ends up, right? Everybody has blackmail on everybody else. If somebody goes rogue, that's it, right?
That's it. There's also one of these parties too as well. What are your thoughts on this so far, though? Like, you think he's actually gonna?
Yeah. Okay. Do you want Do you want my actual opinion? Because I'll give a disclaimer. This has nothing to do with Fresh and Fit, but I'll give you my actual opinion.
Give it to me.
The guy's guilty as hell. Of course he's guilty as hell. Everybody he's been out there with, right? I mean, he's connected to Kelly. I mean, these guys are scumbag, total degenerate scumbags, always have been. Mm-hmm. It's been well known inside that industry for years. Again, just my opinion. But yeah, he's total fucking scumbag.
Okay.
Across the board, I have no doubt in my mind. All the people that he's linked to, yeah, he's a...
And you told me a tip earlier that was pretty impressive about the NDAs. Could you tell the audience about that one too?
Yeah, so we were researching this out in preparation for the show, and I think we actually sent a screenshot over to your producers. But
yes,
they about 6 months ago, essentially they gave the rights. He gave the rights back to all the artists and he owned all those rights, and in exchange for that, and I think it's probably $50 million, $100 million worth of rights back to him if they signed these NDAs, and the NDAs were really exclusive. Like, you can never talk about anything related to me ever for the rest of your life. Wow. It was it's pretty insane. So I don't know if you got the screenshot to pull up, but there it is.
Here it is actually. Wow, let's see here. It's from the neighborhood on Instagram. Okay.
So this was one who refused to sign the NDA. But yeah, they were sent out to all sorts of different people, and in exchange for signing it, they were not allowed to talk in any way or defame this guy in any way publicly.
6 months prior, I wonder why.
Yeah, I think that they knew
what was coming.
Yeah, they knew what was coming, and so they're gearing up. You know what I mean? There was a tip off somewhere. Someone let them know what was up. I don't know exactly how it came to be, but yeah, they knew it was coming.
Well, I think if somebody's doing something bad, of course, the minors or women in general, they should be punished. But my thing was like, okay, this is Diddy, a mogul in the music industry, rightfully so. He's done a lot of stuff, but at some point, one woman started his whole career. I mean, Cassidy came into this picture. Later on, she left Diddy, came back. Maybe she needs some money. I don't know what happened, but she actually was the one that set up this whole thing, because without her, this wouldn't be possible. So I think on some level, just seeing the power of that one allegation, which turned into could be fact, is causing a lot of issues for Diddy, and that's one woman causing that issue for a moment.
Well, I mean, look at it. I mean, it was one woman who started Me Too, right? It was one woman's allegation that really started the Me Too movement. It was, if you look at Weinstein, his downfall, it was, a single whistleblower. I mean, this can start a snowball effect. And you better hope that you don't have a trail of women that you've done horrible things to. You know what I mean? Now, there's some men who get totally railroaded and haven't done anything, right? But are made out to be villains when they're not villains.
Right.
You know what I mean? Great example of this, Brett Kavanaugh.
Yep.
Yeah. Right? Yep. Phenomenal example of this happening.
Crazy.
Where an entire collusive Democrat Party got together and went wild with these allegations from a chick who didn't even remember, right? Didn't even really remember anything. And I remember...
She had a GoFundMe. She made $1 million. She had a book. It's amazing to me how no one talks about how this chick had a book and was doing a whole tour, etc. Just like Jeannie Carroll. She also did a book tour. And then she goes on CNN with Anderson Cooper and says, oh, yeah, grape isn't physical. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on here? So... definitely, you can see the dark side of Me Too, where they're using it as a tool, right, a political tool a lot of the times, right? Brett Kavanaugh was going to become a Supreme Court justice, and this woman lied on his name, and he had to sit there in the fucking monkey court, right, sitting there testifying under oath to defend himself. And it's like, this woman has no proof, and it's like, what the hell's going on here?
I was sitting underneath a machine. I was wrenching underneath a machine, listening to this, the Kavanaugh stuff, right,
Crazy,
in my ear. And I remember just going, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And boss comes by, what? Nothing. But it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham sat there and said, listen, I know we do this kind of shit, guys. I mean, he said this publicly. I know we do this, but this is too much. Like, this is too much over the top. I mean, this guy did not deserve this level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make the allegation, you kind of ruin their career, and then it all goes away. You know what I mean? Business as usual. But even he was like, this is like over the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they want you gone, look at what's happening with Trump. You have so many women who come out say the same thing. Democrats are famous for doing this. They have blackmail on all these guys.
Not only that, the Laura Loomer actually exposed this on Twitter the other day. Shout out to her. She exposed that like one of the judges in one of Trump's cases, her daughter, judge's daughter, is like a crazy Democrat, and she had a Twitter picture of like Trump behind bars.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wait, how the hell can you have a judge presiding over his case when clearly, like, they're extremely biased? Like, you should have been recused yourself. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this is a crazy miscarriage of justice. But again, it's, those are examples of it being used in a political sense. Obviously, in this situation, yeah, I mean, Diddy fucked up, man. I mean, the whole Cassie situation, because we talked about the Cassie situation. Reading through the lawsuit, everything else like that, I'm willing to bet that she was definitely complicit in a lot of that stuff, because basically the allegations were he was forcing her to hook up with male prostitutes, and he would watch, and he would take her across state lines, and she'd smash random people, and he'd sit there and watch, I guess, in the corner on some weirdo stuff.
I was in it. I had nothing to do with it. I was an unwilling participant.
Yeah, but I definitely think that because they were together for so goddamn long. For those that don't know, pull her up real fast. I think her real name is Cassie Ventura or something like that.
Yeah,
dude, she was with this guy since like fucking 2005. What was that song, Mo? Me and you. Yeah, me and you, right? Like that was the fucking song that she had. Like they were messing with each other back then. So it's like, bro, come on, man. You telling me you were with him for that long and none of it was ever consensual?
They're
like, come on, man.
That he groomed her to be a certain way for him. So that's their argument.
Of
that
course.
He groomed her.
But okay,
no agency.
Going back to the situation,
no
right?
Agency.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So is it you're a bumbling idiot that doesn't deserve any rights and you need to be protected from yourself, etc., or are you a grown adult?
But wait, they can vote.
Yeah, they can vote,
They
right?
can vote, though.
They can vote.
But they don't know.
We can't treat them as full adults because their frontal cortex is not completely developed until they're 25 years old. But what's the counter to that? Well, interestingly enough, it also starts to degrade past 25-year-olds. So if that's true, shouldn't the 40-year-old man be kind of dumb and the 25-year-old be super smart since he has a degrading front? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insanity based on two horrible studies, right? Literally two horrible studies. None of it was ever designed to be taken this way as any type of you can't have agency or consent or any of this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Total madness. Women do have agency. Obviously, they participate in a lot of this stuff, and they're the first ones to cry, "I'm a victim." And then when you look into it more, you realize, wait a second, Christine Blasio Ford. Wait a second, Blasio Ford. You're saying that you went to a frat party and got blackout drunk? You know what I mean? She had nothing to do with it. No responsibility at all. It's like,
Dr.
come on.
Ford to you.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's unbelievable.
Ford. Yeah, I mean, because that's the chick that made the accusation on Kavanaugh, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
The Ford chick, yeah. The professor,
Ford, yeah,
that chick,
Ford.
that weirdo. Yeah, but in this situation with Diddy, right? I think Cassie's situation definitely. I would, I honestly think that they probably had their investigation before the Cassie situation. But I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't create a sense of urgency and give them information as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So I definitely think that
You think she's cooperating with the feds?
100%. I said that on Academic Stream too, that I guarantee you she was probably one of the first people that the feds went to and spoke to and got information. And the thing too is that she's going to be able to give a lot of insight as to other people they can look at, because remember, she went with him everywhere. She knows where all his homes are. She knows who his people are. She knows who's employed and who's not employed. She knows who has an axe to grind and who doesn't. She knows where he keeps his shit. Well, if they were going around doing these, I don't want to use the term because we're on YouTube, but if they're having like these sexual exploits, etc., he's going to probably be recording it, putting it somewhere. She's going to know where that stuff is.
Well, they offer
Cassie's
immunity,
smart.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
So
she won't be liable for anything.
Exactly.
But she's smart. You know why?
What?
She got the money. Now she's gonna put him in jail. She wins.
Yeah.
Because Diddy's a guy you don't play with.
Yeah.
So if he's in jail, she got her money. She don't care.
Yeah, because the thing is that
and she'll get more. She'll get all the royalties from the 8 books that the Ghost publisher, comes out of the woodwork and makes sure she goes on tour. She'll get a fortune if she gets immunity and she testifies against this guy. Now, maybe this guy did all these horrible things. probably did at least some horrible things. You know what I mean? But this whole displacing women and their agency from their actions.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
That's insanity to me.
Yeah, because like when I was looking through the Cassie situation, I was like, bro, like you're an adult when this stuff was all going on. You're gonna seriously sit here and tell me that, oh, the kid, he forced me. Come on, man. When you were jet flying, limousine riding, Ric Flair, woo, type shit, right? Because Diddy, I know, was fucking taking you all over the place. You were his chick with him everywhere. Every time he was at the red carpet, like she was a main girl for a while. Yeah. She wasn't like some side hoe.
The commenter says
she was a main chick.
They'll call it surviving Diddy.
Yeah, like, yeah, probably, bro, probably. So it's like, you know, I genuinely think what I think is this. He probably had a stranglehold on her music. He probably had her masters, had her publishing, whatever. You guys could comment in the back. I mean, he probably controlled all that shit, right, Mo?
Yes.
I don't know. You guys are music industry guys.
Yes.
So she probably wasn't getting a cent. That me and you shit, me and you. No, you mean just Diddy. It's just me, right?
Diddy
he's getting the money.
Me?
Yeah, like he's getting all that money.
I've been waiting.
Because they play that song to this day. Like, there's probably royalties on that joint out the Galooza that she's not claiming, right? No. So she probably had axe to grind from a music perspective. Her career is being held back. You know, when you're signed to someone like Diddy, right, and then you want to go ahead and have a music career after the fact, and he doesn't fuck with you, no one in the industry is going to fuck with you anymore. Yeah. So she probably had an axe to grind. So she's like, you know what, let me go on him with this crap. And then boom, what does she do? File that lawsuit. He tries to fight it. A day later, he's like, no, fuck it, never mind. I don't want the headaches. He settles. She gets what, 39 million? Something fucking like crazy. That. Yeah. She gets 39M. So yeah, bro. I mean, and the thing that I found very interesting, by the way, too, is that none of his friends are coming to his aid,
to defend
which I thought was very strange. Right? Normally, if you're someone you know or you're close with has you know, ridiculous accusations like this coming at them, right? Crazy accusations. You know, people would come to your aid, right? Like when Andrew and Tristan had that situation, right? We right away, bro, this is bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, we've shown you guys all the evidence that shows that the Tate brothers are innocent. But I haven't seen one person come forward that a big star and Diddy knows a bunch of them to defend him.
I've seen a lot of them shit on him.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of them come out and be like, well,
I'll tell you this, though.
We knew that this was going on for a while type of thing.
Meek Mill hasn't said anything.
He hasn't said anything?
But he's been sending pictures, videos with Diddy at his parties. Listen, Freak Mill, if you're out there, right, man?
God damn.
If they get the videos of you at a freak off, nigga, your career's done. But I told you so. But no, I think personally speaking, bro, like if the video comes out where like they watch you with freak offs, bro, he's done for. He's done for, bro.
Well, they already have it on, like in the lawsuit. There was in one of the lawsuits, there was like pictures and shit like that.
No, but actual video of him doing it or watching
it was like stills from the videos.
So why is he not arrested?
Because it was consensual. Allegedly. And remember, civil, the burden of proof is way less than in a criminal case.
Hold on, guys here in a room, right? Be honest here.
Yeah.
Your significant other that you smash.
Yeah.
You got videos, right? I mean, we all do.
Of course.
No.
No?
No.
He's Christian, man.
Oh, well, he's white.
Come on, man.
He's
Yeah.
white. What? But regardless, right? The point is...
Sorry, there's no sex tape, bro. There's no sex tape.
The point is, any guy in the chat like gets chicks, bro, knows at some level, right, bro?
What kind of cheap shot was that?
You and your girl doing the thing. So I guarantee you, Diddy at his house had videos, maybe pals of videos from back in the day with his chicks. It had to, right?
Yeah, well, dudes too. It's in the lawsuits, bro. It's in the lawsuits, man.
Dead.
Yeah, man.
Yo, all I'm saying is, bro, the evidence has to be there, bro. If it's not there, then I don't know where it can be.
I just find it very interesting how, like, no one... Because here's the thing, like, for those that don't know, right? Let's pull up his Wikipedia real quick. Because people can say whatever the hell they want to say about Diddy, but one thing you can't take away from him is that he is a musical genius. He's created a bunch of artists that you guys have, you know, come to learn and love. Obviously, the guy is a mogul in the music industry. And then at the end of the day, he's going to go down as a legend, right?
Yeah.
Right? Outside of these charges, right?
Mine is this.
Sean Love Combs, born Sean John Combs, November 4th, 1969. God damn, this nigga old. Also known by his stage name Puff Daddy P. Diddy or Diddy, is an American rapper, record producer, and record executive born in Harlem and raised in Mount Vernon, New York. Combs worked as a talent director at Uptown Records before founding his own record label, Bad Boy Records, in 1993. Combs has been credited with the discovery and cultivation of artists such as the Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Usher. And, you know, you can make an argument that Usher is in the top 3 greatest R&B artists of all time, right?
Yes.
You can make that argument. You can say between Usher, R. Kelly, who else? I don't know, Mo. You R&B ninja.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, you could put Chris Brown in that talking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and then it goes here as a recording artist. Combs gained mainstream recognition as Notorious B.I.G.'s label boss and manager. Released an awake in memory of his Unsolved Murder. Combs' debut studio album No Way Out 1997 was met with critical acclaim. Peaked atop the Billboard 200. Received septuple 7 platinum certification. Right? Temple? If I'm not mistaken, that's 7? Yeah. Certification by the Recording Industry Association, RIAA. His 2 preceding singles, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, featuring Mace, and I'll Be Missing You. Yeah, there's another artist that Diddy helped break out was Mace as well. Featuring Faith Evans and 112. Both peaked the Billboard Hot 100. The latter became the first hip-hop song to debut atop the chart. His second and third albums, Forever in 1999 and The Saga Continues 2001, both peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 despite mixed critical reception, while his fourth Press Play 2006 peaked atop the chart once more. Combs then formed the musical group Diddy, Dirty Money with R&B singers Kalina Harper and Dawn Richard to release a collaborative album, Last Train to Paris, in 2010, which peaked at number 7 and was supported by the single Coming Home featuring Skylar Grey. His 5th studio album, The Love Album Off the Grind 2023, was met with moderate and critical commercial response and was the first not to be released by his Bad Boy label imprint. So,
those are smash hits.
Long story short, guys, and he won 3 Grammy Awards from 13 nominations, 2 MTV Music Awards, and the Guinness World Records for most successful rap producer in 1997. So what does this all mean, guys? In plain English, the guy's extremely successful and the guy's a legend in the music industry, right? Obviously, and he commands a lot of respect. And I said all that to kind of paint the page for you. It's amazing to me how with all those accolades, all that background, all the artists that he's made, all the careers he's made, all the hits that he's made, that he was and the hits that he was a part of, that no one has come to his defense. It's crazy. So that also is a big red flag to me as well.
We had the latest video clip of Diddy that people haven't seen. And people are wondering, where's Diddy? Is he in Miami? Is he in New York? Is he in LA? Well, he's in Miami right now. And our boy was there with him, and he saw him in person. We're putting the video now, but in the meantime, listen, bro, I get it. Just because you don't have videos of girls on your phone doesn't mean people don't do it, okay?
Okay. No, fair enough. Can I just say, delete the tapes, Rachel. Delete the tapes, Rachel.
What's your name, Rachel? You're funny, bro. In any case, though, I think we can all agree here that, like, listen, whatever you did that was bad, if it was actually true, you should be punished for it.
Yeah.
Granted, if you didn't, then he should be free. But right now, so many allegations going on with him. I mean, no one's defending him. So it's like, bro, what's going on? And actually, look at it this way. All the rappers that are around him at his parties, they know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Like, they were there at the parties. I wasn't there. But they were there. So they are, on some level, either complying or just being quiet because they know the truth. So on some level, it'll come out. I think, personally speaking, right now, guys, this is going to come out either by the videos or someone just saying, you know, all right, fuck it, I'm going to say the truth. But who knows?
But it does make you skeptical, though, mm-hmm. right? That there's not a ton, kind of like a groundswell of support.
Yeah,
that kind of, yeah.
That's what has me going like, oh wow, like someone with these accolades, this guy with that amount of respect in the music industry, no one is coming to his defense. That tells you a lot.
Does that remind you of another guy with the last name W? Weinstein, same thing.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of defenders who came out of the woodwork for him.
Yeah.
A lot of guys coming out of the woodwork saying we knew this was going on for years, this and that.
Yeah.
Kind of has that same vibe. A little bit of that same vibe.
To be fair, there've been rumors for years about, Diddy and his like parties for years.
Same with Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when the allegations came at Michael Jackson, he had a lot of support.
Yeah, he did. He had a lot of support.
Michael Jackson had a lot of support.
And they were coming out saying it's bullshit. A lot of people were saying, no, he's asexual. Like, he didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
It was an interesting conflict, that one, but he had a lot of supporters.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. You got the stuff, Mo? Bills? Boat time?
Yeah, what was that exactly pulling? Is it a story?
A story, yeah. This is the latest.
I want to see what this is.
We have of Diddy right now. Shout out to my boy, Wes Watson.
Oh, this is from Wes Watson?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Come on, guys. What's the hold up? Nigga, no. Go back. You were on it before. Okay?
We can't hear, though. You got to
No, not yet.
Not yet? Oh, because music and shit? Oh, okay.
Not yet. Next one. Here we go. This one.
Beat up by my pad Run into the man right here.
What's up?
Miami's like that. It's a movie.
Stop it.
I mean, crazy coincidence.
Okay.
What
So
the fuck?
wasn't that the guy with the hat? What's his name again? Stevie J. With him?
I don't
Remember
know.
he was named in the lawsuit too.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly they were like doing stuff together. Now, mind you,
He was one of the producers back then.
Back then, right?
Notorious B.I.G. A lot of the Notorious B.I.G.
so he's,
Yeah.
he's still outside living his life.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
he's-
well, remember he hasn't been arrested, and
Yeah.
he hasn't been charged with anything.
Yeah.
For the
They get in
audience out
there-
there, that's why they didn't take his passport. Some of you guys are like, wait, what's going on? Yeah, he's
Was that
technically free.
Pure Vita?
Are they getting their story straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, that was in Miami Beach somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know where.
yeah.
I don't know where, because Diddy's in Miami Beach, guys. He's not really in Miami.
Look like Pure Vita.
Star Island somewhere.
Yeah.
Huh?
Was that Pure Vita? Anyway,
I don't think there is a Pure
It looked
Vita
like a
in
Pure
Miami
Vita,
Beach.
but,
Is there one?
Fresh would know.
We'll leave off
I
it.
should trash
It
anyone,
probably
man.
is.
All right.
If Fresh says
Overpriced as
it,
fuck, man.
It is.
If Fresh says it,
Overpriced.
probably is.
It really is.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man.
If Fresh says it,
That
probably
was
is.
an exclusive of Diddy. Cause think about it. No one has seen him other than the airport.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
all.
that's crazy.
But Wes Watson got him on
Yeah,
video.
yeah,
I'm like, yo,
yeah.
this nigga said, no, love, no videos, bro, no.
Yeah.
He didn't say it.